Welcome back, everybody, to Gonzo, Mike, and a VCR. I'm Gonzo.
I'm Mike.
Mike, I got a question for you.
What's that?
You got a joint, man?
I not on me.
You know, it'd be a lot cooler if you did, brother. So, all right, people, we're gonna review a movie. We've got a super fan. This is a returning super fan. This is from Salt for Slugs Magazine. This is JB. He was with us for After Hours. He was with us for Point Break, if I'm right. Yeah. And
that's right.
Here on episode 27, it's Repo Man. So this is his third episode. This is his first one with a full video experience. So you finally get to see what he looks like. So reintroduce yourself, JB, and tell us how you came to be a super fan of Repo Man.
JB here from Salt for Slugs. Great to be back, guys. This is awesome. God, I saw this movie right when it came out. I had the LP soundtrack. I used to play it all the time. Great introduction to some cool bands, that I didn't even know about, like the Plugs. Love that stuff. Great movie. I just love everything about it. It's so entertaining and so fun, and I'm so glad you had me on for it.
All right. So when did you first see it? You first see it when it first came out? Like, did you see it in a theater? It was limited release, I think, in theaters.
I didn't see it in a theater. I saw it right when it came out on video. And
okay,
I had the soundtrack before, maybe before I even saw it. I think maybe.
Yeah, I looked that up. This is 1984, and it came out in like March, I think, and it was out on video by like that fall, like October, I think. So that's when I saw it too. So how's everything going with Salt for Slugs Magazine? What's going on over there, man?
It's great, man. We've been focused on discus and gravy. We've been starting up a disc golf clothing company. I think I told you about it. So we're just doing t-shirts and stuff right now. Yeah, basically just like disc. Oh, you're repping. I like it.
Of course, I'm wearing it, bro.
Nice.
I'm sitting there standing there. I'm like, is he going to look up and see this?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see if can you see the back there?
Oh yeah, beautiful. There you go.
There you go, man.
That's one of our like rat fink designs. I like that.
All right,
cool. But yeah, everything's been great. North Carolina's been hot this summer. Been having a lot of fun though.
I heard a couple shark attacks down there. Weren't there?
Yeah.
In the news?
I have not been to the beach, man. I've been in Chapel Hill area the whole time.
Yeah. All right. You need to get yourself to the beach, brother. So it's August. This is the last. To me, this is like summer's almost over, man. So all right. We're glad you're here with us today. So we're gonna get started here on Repo Man. Is everyone's cell phone silenced?
It is.
Yes.
All right, he's making sure. There we go. So in this episode, we're looking at 1984. Get this, science fiction black comedy, written and directed by Alex Cox in his directorial debut, starring Emilio Estevez and Harry Dean Stanton. It is Repo Man. This thing grossed $3.7 million at the box office against a budget of $1.5 million. Small budget there, but I think we were laughing last episode, Mike, that Say Anything had like a $17 million budget. We couldn't figure out what they spent the money on. So this thing garnered widespread praise upon its release. It's this blew me away. You do research on this. This is widely considered by many critics to be one of the best films of 1984, which is shocking to me. I'm just going to say that right now. So Roger Ebert gave it 3 out of 4 stars. He said, Repo Man comes out of left field, has no big stars, didn't cost much, takes chances, dares to be unconventional, is funny, and works. He said there's a lesson here because there's a lot of big budget movies that came out in 84 that he did not like. So Entertainment Weekly ranked it as number 7 on the list of the top 50 cult films. And this thing, I got to tell you, I'm surprised here too. Guys, 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. That blows me away, man. So, all right. So for those who haven't seen it, and for those who maybe they saw it way back in the day and they need a refresher, Mike is going to take a few minutes and explain us what happens in this movie. Give us the plot, Mike.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll do this justice. This was the first time I have ever seen this movie. So Uh, it opens in the California desert where this strange guy we see named J. Frank Parnell, played by Fox Harris, is driving a beat up 64 Chevy Malibu. So a cop pulls him over, opens the trunk, despite Parnell's warning if I wouldn't do that. And the cop gets instantly vaporized, leaving nothing behind but just a pair of smoking boots. And I'm not talking about like a nice looking cool pair of smoking boots. I'm talking about they're literally just sitting there in the dirt. Meanwhile, we switch over to LA. Teenage punk Otto Maddox, played by a very young Emilio Estevez, is having a terrible week. He gets fired from his supermarket job. Then he discovers his girlfriend, Debbie, played by Jennifer Balgobin, is sleeping with his friend Duke, played by Dick Rude. So broke, wandering the streets, Otto meets Bud, played by Harry Dean Stanton, who offers him 25 bucks to move a car supposedly belonging to Bud's wife. But Otto soon discovers he's actually helping repossess it, so hence the name of the movie, Repo Man. Bud brings Otto to the Helping Hand Acceptance Corporation, where he initially wants nothing to do with the repo business, but that all changes when Otto visits his spaced out former hippie parents and learns that they've donated the $1,000 that they had promised him for graduating high school. They'd given that to a televangelist. Anybody that grew up in the 80s, remember televangelism was really big then.
Yeah.
So suddenly repossessing cars doesn't look so bad anymore. Otto joins the crew, gets an education in the unique philosophy of Repo Man or Repo Men. And he also meets an amateur UFO investigator, Layla, played by Olivia Barash. And she tells him that Parnell's Malibu contains 4 dead aliens. Those are aliens from outer space, stolen from Los Alamos, and they're highly radioactive. Then a $20,000 reward appears for the Malibu, turning one crappy old Chevy into the most wanted car in LA. We're talking about this movie's got it all. We've got repo men, rival repo men, government agents led by Agent Rogers, played by Susan Barnes, Layla's UFO crowd, and then Otto's criminal punk friends. They're all hunting this car. So the Malibu keeps changing hands. The Rodriguez brothers steal it from Parnell. Debbie, Duke, and Archie, played by Miguel Sandoval, they steal it from them. Then when Parnell gets it back, he convinces Archie to open the trunk. So, of course, we've already seen what happens with this. Archie's vaporized just like the cop at the beginning of the movie. So Otto eventually finds Parnell driving to Malibu. Parnell rambles about nuclear weapons before dying from radiation exposure, leaving Otto with the car. And Otto brings it back to Helping Hand, but then Bud secretly steals and hides it. So things get even messier after Otto and Bud stumble into one of Duke's robberies, and then a shootout leaves Bud wounded and Duke dying. So eventually, Bud escapes the hospital, retrieves the Malibu, drives back to the Helping Hand with practically everybody in the movie chasing it. The car by now is glowing neon green and blasting anyone who approaches it with energy. Bud is shot, but an eccentric mechanic, Miller, played by Tracy Walter. Now, this is a guy who's been talking this basically throughout the whole movie at one time or another about aliens, time machines, cosmic coincidences. He simply walks up and gets in and invites Otto along. So apparently Miller is immune to radiation, or he's friendly with aliens, or he is an alien. I'm not really sure. Again, this is the first time I've ever seen this movie. I'm sure we're going to get into all that. Anyway, Otto climbs in with Miller. Again, I guess Otto is not affected by the radiation. And then the Malibu rises straight up into the air, rockets all around LA, and then blasts into outer space. That's the gist of it.
That's the gist. What did he miss anything, JB?
No, man, that was great. Man, Mike killed it.
All right.
There's so much in this movie. It's just like scene after scene after scene of stuff. So I think you did a great job, man. I also thought one of the funny things about the movie too is that all the repo men are named a beer. named after a beer. Like Oli is
Yeah,
Olympia, Bud,
yeah,
Miller, and Light.
Didn't
yeah.
even pick up on that.
Yeah, that was
So
pretty funny.
Yeah.
yeah, so you said at the start, Mike, you said a very young Emilio Estevez. So I just looked up, man, because I was curious. This is 84. He was at Breakfast Club in 85, and St. Elmo's Fire came out in 85. So he was really busy around this time. So
And to me, he looked a lot like Kirby,
yeah, yeah,
minus
yeah.
the earring from St. Elmo's Fire.
Exactly. Who was probably one of my favorite guys in St. Elmo's Fire, right? So
Oh yeah.
All right, very good, Mike. You're doing a good job. So JB, you told us when you first saw it and that you liked it when you first saw it, and you just thought it was crazy, and the music was great. You had the soundtrack, which is awesome, before you even saw the movie. So Mike, you said you have not seen this movie before your watch prep. So what was your first take on this thing, man?
I was really torn. I didn't really know what I was watching. I almost felt like right after I got finished watching it, I need to watch this again, because I think I started off thinking it was one kind of movie, and then it turned into something else, and then it turned into something else. So, I mean, there were elements of this that reminded me of Pulp Fiction, and I know that's a weird parallel, but kind of like with the suitcase in Pulp Fiction, and what we never see is in the trunk. So it reminded me of that. I was not into the punk scene, so I can definitely tell anybody that was into the punk scene this movie would resonate initially more with them. So definitely, if JB was into punk music, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that
saw it.
soundtrack's diverse though. I mean, there's some stuff on that soundtrack that's not really, I mean, definitely not hardcore punk. That Pablo Picasso was never called an asshole. That was a famous song. It's just a great soundtrack.
It is, and it's great, and it's not all. It's like you've got Fear on there, you got Suicidals, you got Circle Jerks, you got Black Flag, but then you have like Juicy Bananas, and you have Iggy Pop right in the theme song, and so it was like. And then you had like to go around with the rival Repo gang. You had a bunch of like Hispanic music that's really good. So it's diverse, but like it's all listenable. You could like I have the cassette tape. I should have brought it here, but you could just put that in, and I wouldn't like ever fast forward through those other songs. You just listen to the whole thing through, right? So
definitely.
So I saw this thing first in late '84. I can't remember where, someone's house or it was my house. It was definitely on VHS. And I know I had not had, but then I heard the music and later on got the soundtrack. So I remember thinking it's a great soundtrack. I was just really getting into hardcore back then. And I remember feeling when I first saw it, I was like, this thing jumps all over the place. It's confusing. Now I don't know if that's because I was like drinking beer while I watched it. Like I came away thinking like, was that really just crazy and confusing, or is it because I had too many beers? That's sort of how I felt. And I'll jump ahead right now. I'm going to tell you, like, my conclusion is that it wasn't that I had too many beers. It is crazy and confusing. That's what I feel. So we're going to talk about the main characters here. We're going to get into Otto Maddox, Emilio Estevez. Mike, how did you like him in this role? He's the star of this movie, right?
Yeah. And like you said, this came before so many of his hits. I like Emilio Estevez. The thing that jumps out to me is he's supposed to be this punk kid, this rebel. He cusses out his boss early on in the movie, gets fired. I think does the security guard pull a gun on him? That was weird.
Yeah.
But the thing is, to me, is again, he looks so much like Kirby to me from St. Elmo's Fire. I'm like, if you're going to be a punk and a rebel against the system, maybe don't dress so preppy and have such a smooth haircut. I mean, the earring to me looked out of place on him. So that was my first take on him. I mean, he's good for the role. He's fun to watch.
Okay, JB, what do you got on Emilio Estevez here as Otto?
Yeah, it's Mike. It's funny you mentioned his wardrobe because in the movie So it's about him transforming from this punk rocker into this Repo Man, right? So when he first goes into the Repo place, he's wearing like the Suicidal Tendencies shirt around his waist and boots and all that stuff. But then like when he goes out with Harry Dean Stanton the first time, he's just wearing the t-shirt, and then the next time they go out, he's wearing the jacket over the t-shirt, and then in the next scene, he's wearing the actual tie and the suit. Like he's transformed into this guy. Because remember, Bud, Harry Dean Stanton's character, tells him he's got to dress like a square so people will think he might have a gun.
Yeah.
But then he goes on to tell him that no asshole gets killed over a car. Anyway, there's so much to that, but yeah, I thought Emilio Estevez was great in it. He was young too. I think he did a great job.
Well, you brought up a good point, JB, because when he put on the jacket, and because it was 1984, that had a little bit of a Miami Vice feel
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's believable as a hardcore kid in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Without many filters, and like he just doesn't care about anything. He's an apathetic kid, but he is doing what he needs to do to get money because his parents will leave him hanging out to dry a little bit there. So he gets in some strange situations and just laughs. Like when Layla's boss catches him with his pants down, he just doesn't. He's not like trying to cover up real quick. He just laughs at her. Like he's got that sort of attitude there. Obviously. Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire the year after, a good movie that I remember being good, but I can't really remember all the details because it's so long ago. Wisdom is one where he's like breaking into banks and like burning mortgage paperwork.
Oh yeah.
And that I found out that I remember that being decent, and that was actually his directorial debut. And then of course Men at Work, I loved it with the brothers together, So just to throw this in here, Michael, I think, man, it's like we've had Martin Sheen on Apocalypse Now. We've had now Emilio on Repo Man, Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire. We had Charlie Sheen in Platoon. So I think this family here is like a big focus for our podcast for some reason. They're making a lot of good movies, obviously, right? So
yeah. Steve, you bring up something. For whatever reason, I had heard of Repo Man before, did not know what it was about. But for whatever reason, I was getting this movie confused with Men at Work.
Well, Men at Work is just as confusing.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, Men at Work, I remember being fun, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna order that DVD," because I thought about it. Somehow it came to mind. I said, I'm gonna watch this. I couldn't find it streaming anywhere, and I found it for DVD, but it was like $28, and I'm like, I'm not paying $28 for it. So, all right, we're gonna move on to the sort of like the mentor for Otto, Bud, Harry Dean Stanton. JB, how did you like him in this role?
Oh man, he was great in every movie he was in. I feel like he's been in so many movies. Obviously, one of the best character actors of that time. I thought he was great. He was like the mentor, and then the other one, Light, was like the other mentor. Kind of. They were they were very different from one another. So he kind of had two mentors in the movie. But Harry Dean Stanton's great with the Repo Man code and all the stuff he talks about. He's priceless, man. He's great.
Very good. Michael, what do you got?
Yeah, like you said, JB, he has been in so many movies. I've definitely seen a lot of his other work, if not this one. He was Detective Junkins in Christine. Not everybody.
You bring up Christine all the time, bro. What is you with you?
I love that. I love the soundtrack. I love the car. Also, since we're talking about cult classics, and we'll have to do this movie at some point if either one of y'all Wild at Heart.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, where he plays Johnny Farragut.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like him in this. I don't necessarily know if I see a lot of range from him, but I enjoy watching him in movies. He always brings something good. And I'm going to ask JB, as a super fan, do you think you and other cult followers of this movie would like it nearly as much without him in it? Or is there anybody else you could see in this role?
God, no, not after him doing it so great. I can't really see anyone else doing it. He's just fantastic, man. You know, he was in Godfather 2, remember? That's like when he
Yep.
was young. And then he was like the father in Pretty in Pink.
Yep.
Remember
That's
that?
right.
But no, I can't think of anyone else who could do it better. What about you? You think somebody else could do it?
No, that's what I was thinking. Is it for me in terms of a main character? He really did it for me in terms of things I liked about the
Oh
movie.
yeah.
I liked his character.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a strange role for me, but he did a decent job as usual. Man, this dude's been in everything though. He was in Cool Hand Luke. He was one of the prisoners. That
Yeah, that's
movie's
right.
awesome. He was in Kelly's Heroes. He's in the group. I mean,
right.
that with Clint Eastwood. Everybody's Telly Savalas is in Kelly's Heroes. Donald
Yeah.
Sutherland, Clint Eastwood, Don Rickles. I mean, everybody's in that movie. And I just saw it was like it was on. Yeah, I know people. I've got cable still. I still flip channels, but I was flipping a channel like right after I watched this to prep for this show, and Red Dawn was on the original. Don't
Oh yeah,
watch
that's
the new
right.
one. And he was the father of
Mhm.
Patrick Swayze and Charlie
Yeah.
Sheen in that. So I didn't even remember that. And then of course I remember him as he's sort of like a deadbeat dude in Pretty in Pink, like a dad, just like he's just
Yeah.
mourning over his wife that left him, and he just can't get his act together. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, he did a good job here. It's a strange role, and he's a strange guy to be able to play
Yeah.
it. So he's the perfect guy for it. So some of these parts are smaller, but I'm gonna throw them in here because I think they're important to the movie. We're going to talk about Layla, played by Olivia Barash. Mike, how do you think she did in this role?
Not too bad. Like you said, there are a lot of small roles, except for like Otto, Harry's role, and a couple of other roles. I really, at least for me, you could have had a lot of different actors, actresses in these roles. This was
Yep.
one of those roles for me. I think she did well for what it
Yep.
was, but I felt like anybody could have done it. And it was weird because it's almost like they wanted a little bit of a romantic interest. So she kind of filled that role a little bit, especially after Otto's girlfriend was cheating on him.
Yep. All right. All right. JB,
Hmm.
how'd you like Layla here?
I thought she was good. You know, she was like a child actress on like TV,
Yep.
like sitcoms and stuff. She was like Tommy's first girlfriend on Alice, you know.
Okay.
But
Oh,
she was
wow. That's a good reference.
she was in all kinds of stuff. She was even on like 21 Jump Street like later on. But she didn't do a ton of big movies. I think this might have been one of her biggest movies that she did. But I thought she did
Yeah.
great. I thought she was cute.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. She did
she
decent
was in
work.
Tough Turf.
Say again?
Tough Turf. Remember that old 80s
Oh
James
yeah.
Spader movie?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, she did. I saw she had a lot of stuff when she was growing up, that a lot of roles that she was in. Decent work. This is a small role, but as far as other big movies, like JB said, I don't really know her having done anything else really big in the movie. So I want to talk about Light. This is the bad man played by Cy Richardson. Mike, how did you like Light?
Light was my favorite character.
There you
Light,
Yeah.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was not the main character, but he definitely he was funny. He was interesting. I loved the way he was like half of them was tough and half of them were like, I won't ride with anybody that doesn't have their seatbelt on.
Yeah.
But that was good. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say that's him singing on the radio as he and Otto are going down the street. He sings Bad
Oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I don't know that it's him singing, but it's supposed to be because all the lines that he has in the movies are in that song.
All
I
right.
don't,
Yeah.
but yeah. All right. All right. JB, how'd you like Light?
I loved him, man. I thought he was great. I'll later on. I'll tell you. Well, he'll come up later on in the show with me.
Okay.
But I loved him. I thought his whole thing was great, where he just starts firing at the house, but he's firing blanks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, he is great. His whole him training Emilio Estevez. Those scenes with him in the car, those two together, they're priceless.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought he did a great job, and he's been in a ton of movies too, man. He was in
Yep.
They Live, and he was in
Yep. Yep.
Colors.
Yep. Yep. He
Um,
was in Colors. He was in Men at
yeah,
Work.
yeah, that's right.
That's a connection there. So yeah, it's so
Yeah,
funny though because I love him. He's my favorite character just because of the way he carries himself. Like when he's shooting blanks into the house, but then Emilio's like, "What if you hit somebody?" He's like, "So what if I did?" Like he's trying to own like those
yeah,
were real.
Yeah.
Like he's
yeah,
just crazy. So yeah, he's my favorite guy. He's just he's just funny. He is a bad man the way he carries himself. So I love him. Yep, in Colors, Men at Work. He's been in a lot of other movies too. Um, all right, very good for him, Mr. Light. So let's go on to Miller. This is the guy who ultimately did drive the Malibu when it was glowing and took it off into space or wherever the hell they were going, played by Tracy Walter. JB, how did you like this guy?
Oh, he's fantastic, and he actually he won an award for this part, best supporting
Yep.
actor. I forget what award it was, but
Nice.
he's another famous. There's a lot of famous character actors in this movie. He's one of them. I thought he's brilliant. The whole thing, the plate of shrimp thing, the lattice of coincidence with the plate of shrimp is great. And then in the movie, they're driving down the road, and there's a place called Plate of Shrimp.
Yep, yep,
That
yep.
whole thing is hilarious. He was on TV too. He was on like WKRP in Cincinnati and stuff like that. But he's also famous for Silence of the Lambs. He was like the coroner or something in Silence of the Lambs.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I thought he did great, man. I thought he was hilarious. The whole thing about John Wayne, the whole scene
Yep.
about John Wayne, that's priceless scene. And I don't know, I thought he's great.
All
Great
right,
job.
very good, very good. Michael, how'd you like Tracy Walter here?
Yeah, he was good. He like JB said, he shows up in everything. I don't know how many movies he's been
Yeah,
in total.
Yeah.
Um, but in terms of being a character actor, or the character himself, he's like the Alex Jones of the movie because he's got all the conspiracy theories, but he can also weave them all together. And I did not see him being really the key character to this whole movie. By the time you get to the end, he's
yeah.
just one of those characters like, he's a throwaway, and then he ends up being the most important.
Yeah.
Um, I would be remiss if I did not bring up, because I know Conan the Destroyer is one of Steve's favorite
Oh
movies.
my God. Come
So if I
on, bro.
didn't
That's
bring
the
it up,
worst.
this was one of his biggest roles, was
Yeah,
Conan the Destroyer.
yeah, yeah. I can't even believe that he's in that, man. But
That's
all
funny.
right. Yeah, so dude always plays someone strange. And I think it makes me feel like this is really what this guy's like. He's playing himself. I don't know if that's true, but he does a decent job here. He's been in tons of other roles, but nothing really sticks out. Like it's funny, like when Roger Ebert said there's nobody in it, he means like no headline or stars.
Yeah.
At the time Emilio wasn't, right? Um but all of these people are very experienced, been in tons of movies, right? But yeah,
Hmm.
he does a good job. I want to move on to Marlene. I guess we're going to call her the repo office secretary, played by Vonetta McGee. Small role again, but I had to include her, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Mike, how'd you like her here?
Uh, Again, she was one of those that I feel like they could have gotten just about anybody to do the role. At least that's my take on it. Um, the thing that stood out to me, and this is where you see this distinction between the movie makers who have a vision, they want to do something, and then a studio, they just want to make money. Um, Got what this movie was. I mean, the movie, and JB can definitely articulate it better than I can, but you see it's anti-establishment. It's anti-organized religion. It's anti-consumerism. It's anti-corporate. It's anti-political. So you've got that. That's the movie's messaging. And then when Universal tried repackaging Repo Man for the more mainstream audience, I got it off American Film Institute that the promotional artwork was altered to lighten McGee's skin tone. Emilio Estevez's earring and Eddie Velez's hairnet were also removed. So they really didn't understand the product that they were handling because they were trying to take it away from what it was.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
interesting.
How'd you like Marlene, JB?
I thought she was great, man. She was like in a lot of like black exploitation movies and stuff, but she was most famous, I think, for she was in the Eiger Sanction with Clint
Yep,
Eastwood. That
yep.
was like a really famous role for her. But I think she did great. But like Mike said, you know, like Pam Grier could have probably played it too. Um,
Oh
but
yeah.
I think that I think she did a great job, and I thought it was a great performance overall. I mean, you know, she did what she did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She did nice work here. I definitely remember from the Iger sanction shit. That was a big role Iger sanction for her with
Oh yeah, that's
because not
huge.
only was she like a love interest with Clint Eastwood, but she actually was an agent herself.
Mhm.
for the organization. So and in that movie, I like this movie because she was tough. She was like able to fight back and beat some people up and push people around. She's not like just some wimp. So that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. So
She was in
yes.
she was in Blackula.
No, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
All
was a
right.
good movie. Yeah.
That's a classic.
Mhm.
All right, all right, all right. So let's move on to Oli. This is the owner slash boss of the Repo company, played by Tom Finnegan. JB, how do you like him here? And I know what have you seen him in? Because I know he's been in a lot of stuff.
It's funny. I don't know what I've seen him in. He's one of the characters I don't know. I just know him really well from this movie. I thought he played that character perfectly. He was awesome. I don't know of him in in anything else that I know of.
All
But
right,
I thought his performance was great, man. It's a shame he wasn't in more big movies.
all right, all right. Very good, Mike. What do you got for on Tom Finnegan here?
Well, again, I have to caveat everything, but I've only seen this movie one time, so
Oh my God, come on,
nothing,
bro. You're a
nothing,
professional, bro.
nothing really stood out to me except his deadpan, where he said auto parts, and
Oh my
I
God.
swear to you, I'm guessing the entire reason they named Emilio Estevez's character named Otto is just so Ollie can do that joke.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. I
I
got you.
don't
I
know
got
what.
you.
Automatics.
I did want to bring up for you two Army dogs. Tom Finnegan served 21 years in the U.S. Army, including 2 tours of Vietnam before he went to acting. Um, and I cannot, we've seen these movies, I know, at least I've seen 2 of them, but apparently he was supposed to be in Roadhouse, uh,
Okay.
Predator 2, and that classic that belongs in everybody's canon, Naked Gun 33 and a third.
Oh
So,
my God. I don't even know
Naked
what to say
Gun.
about that. Naked Gun. So listen, so this guy, I think like I was reading like he's been on some streaming shows recently. Some of these like HBO streaming shows, like gangster shows or something like that. Like I forget what it was, but I don't really try to watch those too much because it's too much of an investment. I like a movie I could start and be done with and not be having
Yeah.
to watch it for 10 seasons. So but sort of a corny character here. He did okay. Bunch of other roles, nothing really sticks out for Oli for me. So we got a few other characters here to touch on. Couldn't leave this guy out. Kevin the nerd, played by Xander Schloss. Mike, how did you think he did? This is sort of like Otto's co-worker at the start, right? But
yeah.
and then he runs into this kid a few times throughout.
Yeah, and you kind of summed it up when you described him. To me, he seemed to be like that 1980s nerd stereotype that we saw in a lot of movies back then, to include Revenge of the Nerds.
Yep, yep.
So he was just kind of put in there again, like just more of a stereotype. And I don't know, was JB, do you think he might have been in there to sort of represent uh, a more conservative character, a more mainstream that Otto was contrasting against, or
Well, I think, he was like his nerd friend or whatever.
yeah,
That's what the character was, his nerd friend that, he worked with and basically broke away from, remember they get in kind of an argument. And then
yeah,
later on, remember he's in the hospital under the sheet
Yep.
and he just throws the sheet back over him. But that actor though was like big in LA. He played bass for the Circle Jerks and
Yep.
he was he had a bunch of collabs with big musicians out there in LA. So, but I thought he was funny, man, especially the gas station scene with the Rodriguez brothers and they come in and he's like, anything for you, babe. That whole scene is so funny, man. I mean, he's not a really well-known actor or anything. I don't think he's done a lot, but he's pretty big in the LA punk scene, I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's why I included him for sure because it was sort of a small part, but I'm like, yeah, this guy was the bass player for the Circle Jerks. So and their music's
Yeah.
on the soundtrack here. So I was like, I got to include him, and he has done a lot of work. But like when you look him up, the first thing that's listed for him is bass player for Circle Jerks. Like
Yeah.
that's his claim to fame there. So, but he did a good
Yeah.
job, and you're right, he branched out and did some other roles. He did other stuff with this same director, like several
Mhm.
other projects with him. So. With I think like Sid and Nancy he was in or something like that. So
Oh
all
yeah.
right, let's go on to Otto's criminal sort of girlfriend or no
Dick Rude.
criminal friend, Dick Rude, the guy.
Yeah.
This is his guy who sort of gets with the girl that Otto was trying to get with right at the start, right? So this is Duke, played by Dick
Yeah.
Rude. How do you like Dick Rude? And what else have you seen him in, JB?
You know, he was in Straight to Hell, I think, and I vaguely remember that movie. I vaguely remember him. In Repo Man, he really stood out, you know, because he was such an obnoxious character, and he almost did that like 30s gangster accent some of the time, you know, like see and stuff like that. And he delivers that epic speech in the liquor store scene when he dies, which is so funny. It's like awful acting, but it's just so funny and perfect. So I think that was intentional, you know. But he did a great job. I think it's the best thing he did, as far as I know.
All right, very good, very good. Michael, what do you got on Duke? Don't
Yeah.
start this sentence with saying I've only seen this movie just once.
That's right. I'd like to lead with that. No, but I knew JB was going to educate me on this movie because this is definitely one of those movies. I think you have to dedicate more than one watch to it if you're going to watch it at all, because
Oh yeah.
it's just a lot to pick up on. The only thing I'd add to what JB said, one of the greatest real names in movie history, I think Dick Rude should have used his real name, and I think every movie that he's ever in, the character should be called Dick Rude.
All right, very good, very good. So yeah, the guy, like JB said, he is annoying. So I felt like he must be sort of decent at it because he was supposed to be annoying, and he came off like I was like, man, I don't like this dude. So other roles, not real familiar. I haven't seen him in anything myself, nothing big anyway. So and then so we're gonna move to the Duke's criminal girlfriend, Debbie, played by Jennifer Balgobin. Mike, how did you like her?
Again, this is a character I think could have been played by a number of people. Now, I will give her this. I will give her this. I think she had a cool look.
Yeah,
I think it was right for the character. And I do remember her because her look is so distinctive. I did remember her from Weird Science.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, me too.
Very good.
That's what I remember. That's the only thing I really remembered about her. You know, watching this movie again, you know, I've seen this movie a million times, but I always thought she was just like the hot punk rock chick, you know, who was like criminal, which she did well at. She didn't have a ton of lines. And her lines were very short. But I definitely remembered that from her being one of the zombies in the Weird Science scene where they come into the house on the motorcycles and stuff. But yeah, same here. That's the only thing I know about her.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, man, like when Duke is like, she's such a like a bitch in this movie, right? And like so when Duke's actually they're sitting in the car and he's like, you know what, maybe we should settle down, have a family. Like, why? You know, who picked this woman to do that with? That
she's
tells
like,
you
why?
Yeah, she's like, what are you, crazy? Like, it's just let's go rob this store, you know, type of thing. But like, it just shows you how Duke is. He's like, this is the girl he's gonna pick to settle down with. He's broken, bro. So strange character. She did what she was asked to do. I hadn't even noticed her in anything else, so I didn't even think about that that connection. What did you say? It was Weird Science?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk about the CIA lady here. Susan Barnes plays Agent Rogers. Small part again, but just had to include someone from that group. What did you think about Susan Barnes' job, and what have you seen her in, if anything, JB?
It's funny because I really have never seen her in anything else. I wouldn't know her. I looked her up on Wikipedia. She looks totally different now, so I have no idea. But a funny thing about, you mentioned the group, her and the agents. Did you know that one of those blonde dudes was Jimmy Buffett?
I did not know that. I had no idea.
It's a cameo appearance.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, if you watch it again, it's funny. Yeah, one of those dudes is Jimmy Buffett.
Wow.
But no, as far as her, I don't. You know, I've never seen her in anything else, and I wouldn't recognize her. I thought it was funny that her hat was shaped like a flying saucer.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. And her hand, obviously, the whole scene with the metal hand in the bar is great.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Some of the things I'm like, I don't know why these things are in this movie, but anyway, all right. Michael, how'd you like Agent Rogers?
Yeah. Like JB said, the thing that stuck out to me was her hand. It was 1984. I just assumed they said, you know what, we got a Michael Jackson glove. Bring that over here.
That's right. There you
Because
go.
it
Yeah.
just seemed like everyone, it seemed like it would have been a fun movie to work on and to be in because it was so creative that I feel like if you were one of the cast members, you could have been like, hey, I got an idea. And they'd be like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost anything goes, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, very strange role for her. She did decent for what she was asked to do. There, I did look up and saw she was on some sort of some TV series or something, like some parts, but like nothing you would even probably remember or know. So very, very odd character. So all right, Superfan JB, what is your favorite part or scene here? What do you got for
Um,
us, man?
well, I have so many. Okay, I've been thinking about this. I think my favorite scene is the liquor store scene where everyone shoots each other. The way
Okay.
it's shot is great, and then the speech by Dick Rude about how society led him to a life of crime, and the lights are growing dim and everything. And then he's just gurgling and dying, and Emilio Estevez is like, "Oh, you're gonna be okay." And then he just gets up. He's like, "Maybe not." But I think that's my favorite scene. But I have several favorite scenes for sure.
All right, very good, very good, Mike. What do you got?
Yeah. JB already mentioned it. My favorite scene, maybe the one that has pretty much nothing to do with the plot. It was when Otto was trying to repo the car with Light. Somebody starts shooting out of the window. Otto's
Oh
terrified.
yeah,
And then Light just calmly gets out and just unloads the car into the house. And we covered it. You know, you could have killed that guy. He was using blanks. Uh, so to me, he was the smartest. He was also the smartest one in the whole repo group because he understood you don't necessarily have to be dangerous. You just have to convince everybody else that you're dangerous.
There
So
you go.
that scene was hilarious.
All right, all right. Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite scene because he says like Otto gets shot at, the window breaks, and Otto's like, okay, I'm out of here. He's getting out of the car that they're supposed to repossess, and he Light gets up and goes, get in the car, white boy. He just tells him to get back. We're stealing this car, and then just unloads to the house. And then afterwards, when they're discussing it, so yeah, calm under fire, right? He's the best. I love that scene. I'll give an honorable mention to the shootout because some annoying people that I didn't like in the movie, like Duke, get killed there. So, but yeah, that one with Light is my favorite too, Mike. So, all right, now Michael, you've started many sentences here today, saying, "Well, I've only seen this once." But I'm depending on you here. Every movie has got to have a part that's your least favorite or the stupidest part. What do you got, Mike?
I can't be like Gonzo with Say Anything where it's pretty much the whole movie. For me, I was looking for something that could. This sounds funny. I say it took me out of the story or out of the plot, but the plot is disjointed and maybe
Yes.
part of the charm of it. So if I picked one thing that I thought, was less fun, that less contributed to the plot and kind of slowed it down a little bit, it was the government agent interrogation of Otto, the torture.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Uh, it's, I mean, it's bizarre. I guess it needed to happen if they get a hold of him, but I think the movie's momentum briefly gets a little muddier there. So you could
Yeah.
shorten it and you could
Okay.
reach the final chase faster.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Very good. Very good. I think I agree
Definitely.
with that. JB, what do you got for least
Yeah.
favorite part or stupidest scene?
It's funny, like Mike said, it's like you're going through the movie and thinking of the least favorite scene, and like Mike said, it maybe there's a scene or two that you don't like, but they're kind of essential to the story. It's like they have to happen, or like the next thing can't happen because the whole
Yep.
movie's like that. From the Christmas tree being on the cop's motorcycle, everything's like linked. All the scenes are linked together really well.
Mhm.
But as far as I think the stupidest scene for me is when he goes to the woman's house and her kids are in the Untouchable. That's the band, the Untouchables. You know that,
Yep.
right? They're
Yep.
all on the scooters, and they
Yep.
come back, and then Emilio Estevez goes outside, and the stupidest part is you would never get into a car that the rear wheels are jack stands and not know that it's on jack stands. You know what I mean? Like You
Yeah,
would
yeah,
never get
no,
into a car like that and try to drive it away. So
agreed.
that's kind of the stupidest scene to me, but I'm really nitpicking, I guess.
Okay, okay. Well, you got to sometimes. Listen, for me, stupidest, the whole glowing car deal. So I'm going to explain this. Dude, like this is the time in the 80s when people are actually starting to try to get special effects and do like they didn't even put any effort into this. It's a terrible special effect, the glowing car. Don't
Yeah.
like it. I just thought it was like right there, I was like, this is goofy. I'm gonna give a dishonorable mention anytime people got vaporized by whatever the heck is supposed to be in the trunk, right? I just again
Mhm.
that took it a notch. Like if you could make it like better. I don't know. It's just I just thought it was just too corny. Oh, they're just totally disappeared, but the boots are still there. Come on, man. Come on. I don't like it. I don't like it. Could have done without it. So, um, all right. What one-liners do you got
Mhm.
here? Best one-liners from this movie, JB? You got to
Yeah.
have at least one here.
I knew this one right away. It was
Okay.
light. It was light when they steal that Trans Am or Firebird or whatever, and they're driving up the road, and he's like, I go to a man's place of work. They're shit scared. They think I come to
Yep.
kill him, and I would.
Yeah.
I just thought that's the best line ever. It's just like, man, he
Yeah.
meant that shit.
Uh,
All right. All right. Mike, what do you got?
yeah, that was a good
Anything?
one. Man. So there are a couple of lines tied up together, but they kind of go in the same direction. Coming from uh, Harry Dean, where the life of a repo man is always intense, but it's really when it leads into kind of his philosophy, kind of part of his code of the repo man, where he says, see, an ordinary person, they spend their life avoiding tense situations.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
great.
And yeah, he spends his life getting into intense situations. So I said, I like that. That
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I like anything that Light said. And every line from Juicy Bananas, Bad Man. It's great. Like he's like, oh man, you have to listen just to that song. He's talking about bring your boot down hard on someone's foot and break the bone. Like he's just everything he says. He want to walk into a bar, people are shit scared. He said, and then put on your seatbelt, boy. That's one of my rules. Like what type of? He's just so like crazy. And then like he said, you could have killed somebody. What if you hit someone? He's like, so what if I did? Like he just is like he's calculating everything I say is going to make me seem like a badass. Like that's what he does. Everything, and he pulls it off. And he's hilarious. So love it. Love everything. You got to listen to that whole song, Mike. In
yeah.
fact, I'll get it. And I'll send you the link. The lyrics are the best. The whole song.
Okay.
So all right. So any deep cuts, Mike? Anything else that you'd like to bring up about this thing, man?
One of the things that stuck out to me, so I had to go look this up. I had to go do some research because one of the things you notice right off about this movie, you're in a grocery store, you're anywhere where they're selling something, and everything's like brand X. It's not even brand X. It just has the label of what it is on
Yeah.
Mhm.
like food. It doesn't even say what kind of food. It's just like food, beer,
Yeah.
cigarettes. Uh, so most of the generic grocery products were real, and they weren't merely the production designer's idea. So they were actually donated by Ralph's Supermarket. So only a few of them, including the ones like I mentioned, food, drink, uh, nitrate, had to be created specifically for the film. One of the reasons that stuck out to me, you remember when Harry Dean told him, said, I don't want no commies in my car. Uh, and I was thinking, well, that's what communism would look like if you go in a store and there is no selection. There's just food and
Yeah.
drink. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, so I thought that was neat that they didn't actually make most of that up. The other big thing
Mm.
that was so on the nose, and I'm sure JB knows this, but the Malibu was actually stolen during production. They only had one car. They only had a limited budget. So they
Mm.
essentially had to go repo the Malibu
Oh
uh,
my God.
to finish
Wow.
filming the movie.
That's funny.
That's crazy. I didn't know that, man.
That's funny.
Definite deep cut. JB, what do you got? Anything?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I did not know that. That's funny. No, I was just saying. I was gonna say that I like the whole thing about diuretics, the science of matter over mind.
Oh
because
yeah.
it's a spin-off of Dianetics, that ridiculous
Yes.
Scientology book.
Yeah.
So and it's so funny. He does that whole scene by the garbage can,
Mhm.
you know, Miller, and he's just doing the whole thing with a plate of shrimp and all that, and then he starts talking about time machines and everything, and of course. He brings up that book, and Emilio Estevez just throws it into the burning trash can. It's funny. I thought that was really cool,
Mhm.
personally.
All right. So yeah, like the Circle Jerks were the band in the bar when they were
That's right.
swooning over her Agent Rogers' metal hand. The Scooter Gang was the Untouchables. You already brought that up.
Hmm.
I didn't know Michael Nesmith of the Monkees was an executive producer.
Yeah.
And again, that main theme, I think we talked about that. The main theme was composed and performed by Iggy Pop. So just a lot of different people involved in this thing. So
Yeah.
it just came together. There's a lot of angles to this thing. So
The guy who played Pletchner, remember the security guard?
yep,
He's like
yep,
a he's like always knitting. But
yep.
anyway, he was one of the gangsters in Carlito's Way, and,
Oh,
and I
okay.
and I recognized him right away. I was like, that's exactly who he is. He's another great actor that was in there, along with the guy who played Archie, Miguel Sandoval. He's another great character actor that we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
really mention.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a great movie, man.
yeah, there's a ton of people in this that like I was like at a point I was like, okay, I got to stop listing people because we can,
Oh no.
it's crazy. So, all right. So, as you know, this is your third time on here, JB.
Yeah, I
If
know.
we don't say, you say you don't watch it if there's not a message, a lesson, or a moral of the story, what are you taking from this thing, man?
This one's really tough, man. Because I like the other ones. I mean, that we did. Those are pretty easy. But this one, like, what is the moral of the story? It's like, and I guess, and Mike had already mentioned it, but the life of a repo man is always intense. You know, that's the moral of
Okay.
the story.
Okay. 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 Let's see. Let's see if you can fabricate something here, Mike, for us here.
Right. My God. No, I swear for this one, I sat and I thought about it for quite a while, and then I just like the message for this movie is that there is no message. And what I
Oh,
mean by like that is it's like a how do you pronounce it's like a nihilist movie,
okay.
almost a Friedrich Nietzsche kind of thing where nothing means anything. All these
Mhm.
groups, all these they don't have the right path. Like none of these paths are right. And the closest one, like JB mentioned, might be the life of the Repo Man. But if you're looking for a specific message, don't go to LA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't look in the trunk.
Yeah.
Don't look in the trunk.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it was 1984. Uh,
Yep.
if you wanted to see Harry Dean Stanton, but you didn't want to go to this, you could have, like I think y'all mentioned, you could have gone to see Red Dawn. Uh,
Mm.
Yep.
Beverly Hills Cop was out. So I'm not taking anything away from this movie, but just
Okay.
was a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
going on in '84.
What I took from this thing, man, is and I like your take, like, yeah, everything is for nothing, right? Almost like all these people think they're living their lives with some sort of purpose and they're not. But what I take from it is like if you hang out with weird people, weird things are gonna happen to you. Number one. This is just how if you hang out with people that are very quiet and live a slow, quiet life, you're gonna have a like slow, quiet life. This is about the weirdest group of people that he's hanging out with. Um, the 80s were crazy. I take that from it. But I also sort of take from like if you live your life in an apathetic manner, like you just don't care about things, like Otto seemed to be, like then life is just going to happen to you. So like it's like Otto's like, what are you doing for yourself? All of this is happening to you. You're just getting pulled along in it. And I think that is what will happen in someone's life if you're just like, well, I'll just see what happens and I don't really care. Well, then you don't know where you're going to end up, man. I mean, it's at least have a little bit of have a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it, but take charge of your own destiny and try to make something. Like what do you want to do with your life? Like if you were asking Otto at the start, what do you want to do? He's just worried about, hey, I just need my next paycheck so I can eat something because my parents are hanging out. Like I was depending on them. It's like you got to take charge of your own life. If you don't, shit's gonna get crazy,
Yeah.
like it did. like it did. And
Mhm.
I don't know what the end was supposed to implicate, but there you go. So that's what I take from it. So all right.
Wait, really
After,
quick, Steve. Another
yeah.
thing, another deep cut that I totally forgot,
Okay.
and me and you have a responsibility as Seneca Valley graduates to
Oh, okay.
mention. There was a band in our high school, a punk band called Phlegm, and
Oh yes.
they put out a demo tape, and the
Yep.
demo tape opened up like this. You ever hear the neutron bomb? Destroys people, leaves buildings standing.
Oh,
Anyway,
there you
I just
go.
had to put that in there.
There
I
you
like
go, for sure. For sure. It's funny. Phlegm was there. Defamed, of course. The band
Oh
we were
yeah.
in was there. And those guys that made it pretty big, those two good guys went down to Carolina, down to your way, right?
Oh, Hootie and the Blow, Hootie
Yeah,
and the
Hootie and the
Blowfish.
Blowfish, the drummer and the guitar player, right? So they
It's
went to
the bass player and the guitar player.
oh, was it? Okay. So
Yeah,
so and
Dean and Mark.
yeah, and they were in a band called, what was it? It was at the Battle of the Bands there. I remember.
Oh God, I can't
Yeah,
remember. I know who you're talking about though.
yeah. It was. I'll think of it after we're off of here. But
Oh God.
yeah. So a lot of music coming from Seneca Valley High
That
School in
that's right,
Germantown,
man.
Maryland, right?
For
So
sure.
all
Get that
right. So
Phlegm demo.
that's right. That's right. So is that if that's on does he got that where I could get a link and put it in the episode?
I don't know. That I'd have to look. I'd have to find it, man.
Check with him. I've seen him. I seen him on Facebook. I don't think I'm friends
Yeah.
with him, but so
I'll ask him. I think someone from Seneca actually sent me those files. Like, do you remember John Greenwood? He sent me the files to the Phlegm demo, and I only have like 4 of them for some reason. Like they were MP3 files. But I'll
oh,
see if I can
oh,
find them.
okay. All right. So, all right. It's time for a rating on this thing. To remind everyone, we've got a 5-tier rating system. So, terrible movie is a bathroom break. Don't even need to be in the room. Below average movie, I'm going to say just no snacks. You're probably scrolling on your phone, not paying attention while it's playing. Average movie, drink a Coke. Drink a Coke while you're watching the movie. Above average, Coke and some popcorn. I love salt and butter on my popcorn. My wife gives me crap for too much salt, Mike. That's just the thing. So, and then if it's the awesome best movie, top tier, Coke, popcorn, and a box of your favorite movie candy, mine would be Raisinets. So we're gonna let our super fan JB go first and give this movie a rating. JB, what do you got?
Well, I give it a strong Coke and a popcorn for sure. For us, Steve, our generation and people like us, maybe the Raisinets for sure. But I think like I don't know. This movie is definitely dated. It's obviously and if you're not us, you're not going to understand a lot of it. It all fit into that time period and everything that was going on. It was a very the mid '80s was such a little time frame, and this movie like fits perfectly into that. So
Okay.
so for me, for people like our generation, Raisinets too.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Mike, what do you got? Be
nothing.
honest now.
No, I'm not sure what that means, Stephen. No, I think JB nailed it when he said, for people like us, like y'all are just a few years older than I am. You're getting into the punk scene, and that's what a cult classic is, right? It's a cult
Mhm.
classic for a reason. It resonates with a specific group of people. I have movies like that. Steve knows several of them.
Oh
Um,
my God.
for me, and again, I hate to.
Don't qualify it. Just rate the damn
Yeah,
thing.
but one positive thing I'm going to say about this movie, even though this movie is not my cup of tea, I have to give it at least half a Coke, the rest of it filled up with straight bourbon, because I do think that is the best way to watch this movie. It was with a buzz going on, um,
Definitely.
because you don't see enough of this coming out of Hollywood anymore. You don't see any original movies. You don't see they stick with everything safe. You see sequels, you see remakes. So that's what I do like about the movie. That's what I did find entertaining was they did not play it safe. They tried a lot of different things. So if I'm being honest, it's not my cup of tea. Um, I did not care for the whole movie, but there were things in the movie I really liked, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the rating?
So half a Coke.
Half a Coke.
Okay,
I'm
half
not
a
even
Coke.
giving it a full, and I got to fill it up with bourbon.
Okay. So
If I'm
I'm going to
being
go
honest.
here. I'm going to go here, and I am going to qualify this because here's the thing. There's going to be a lot of qualification here. So listen, listen. When like my evolution through music, I was mainstream like Zeppelin, like Van Halen, and when I found hardcore and got into that, it was like eye-opening to me, and it like really changed the way I looked at everything. And I'm going to tell you, it's like back then for people like JB and I listening to this music, being in this scene, going to see these shows, like most people were like, they're stupid. Those guys don't know what the hell's going on. Those guys, it wasn't like, oh, he likes that. That's like, that's like, oh, he likes country music. Nothing like that. It was like people were like, those dudes are crazy, and there was like no respect for it. Right? There's no respect for like that.
No.
We were actually like it's a form of art, just like any other music is. That there's talent there. There was just zero respect, and like this first movie, like is the first movie that was big enough that people knew that had like all these great actors in it that gave respect to the scene, and that's a big thing for me. Like without the soundtrack, this movie's no snacks for me, right? Without the soundtrack and the music, and that ends. But like it's like, hey, this thing was made in Hollywood, and they're putting Suicidal Tendencies and Circle Jerks and Fear. They're playing our music. Like it was like respect, a little bit of respect. That's how I felt. And other people, you see this movie, and then suddenly you've got like this movie comes out. Suddenly there's like football players on the football team, jocks in school, talking about like institutionalized, about songs they heard, that are suddenly, oh, this is, now you're going to accept it and listen to it. So I think it made big strides that way. So without the soundtrack, this thing's no snacks, because it's just, like I said, I thought, man, when I came away from it, I might have had too many beers. I don't really remember. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. And now I know it wasn't that I had too many beers. This movie doesn't make a lot of sense. This movie's stupid in a lot of parts, and it would be no snacks, but for the soundtrack and the respect it gave, I'll give it a Coke.
Yeah.
I think that's the longest qualification.
I don't know if we've ever done that before, but this was
solid Coke.
This is definitely in 1984. This would have definitely been one of the movies, kind of like The Toxic Avenger, like this movie.
Oh my God, that movie, jeez.
You go to the Minute Market, like we didn't even have Blockbuster yet, and that came later. You go to the Minute Market, wherever they're renting videos, and this would have been like in your stack. You'd have been looking for movies, be like, what is this? And it's one of those movies you would have ended up watching.
Well, and then they have a limited amount of movies, right? They have limited.
Right.
This is the one you pick up. You're like, what haven't I seen?
Yeah. Well, Toxic Avenger didn't bring in 3.7 million. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God, bro.
That's
Jeez.
low budget.
I can't even believe that I saw that at one point, and I remember nothing about it. Just that it was terrible. So anyway, so all right, so there it is, people. All right. So I think we put a wrap on that one. Anyone got any final words for this one?
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot. So had no like, who was the guy that was one of the agents?
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
Geez, that's crazy. So that's definitely the deepest cut, man. So all right, people.
Man. To have Jimmy Buffett. Yes, that's wild.
That's right. So all right, so looks like we're wrapping that one up. Thanks for listening to Gonzo, Mike, and a VCR. I want to thank JB for being on the podcast again. We loved having you on. What parting words of wisdom, or what do you want to tell us about Biscuits and Gravy, or whatever you want to say, man? What do you got for us?
Well, first off, follow me on Salt for Slugs on Facebook. Just get on there, follow. We're about to put up a bunch of stuff for Biscuits and Gravy, which is, like I said, it's just designs and stuff. It's just for fun. Everyone loves disc golf, at least down here they do in North Carolina anyway. But yeah, a lot of disc golf, trying to stay cool, man. It's hot down here.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. We loved having you on, man. So people, if you enjoyed it, Thank you. Please follow, subscribe. We'd appreciate it. We'd love it if you share the show with a fellow movie lover or 80s enthusiast. Follow us on Facebook, Gonzo, Mike, and a VCR podcast. If you have a movie you'd like us to watch, or if you're a super fan like JB and you want to be a guest, or just if you have a comment, or even if you'd like to tell us what your favorite store in a mall or otherwise was back in the 80s or whenever you grew up. Favorite store in the mall, Mike?
Got to go with Spencer Gifts. Everybody wanted to go in there.
What was it?
Spencer Gifts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They had the posters, the drug paraphernalia, the games, everything.
Yeah. I was thinking myself, like it was record stores for me, right? So and it wasn't really in a mall. It was either Yesterday and Today Records or Joe's Record Paradise. So
that's funny. It's funny you say that. We were just talking about, because Lake Forest Mall, I think, got torn down or something.
Yep, it did.
So we were talking about, do you remember Harmony Hut?
Yeah.
So Harmony Hut in Lake Forest Mall, that was the best mall store, especially because my girlfriend at the time, Tina Swanson, worked there. So we got some good deals on punk rock records back then.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah,
maybe like free deal.
Harmony Hut, man.
Yeah, Harmony Hut, and then they opened. Once that one shut down eventually, then like Waxy Maxie's, I think, opened up, and then you had to go across the street from Lake Forest Mall and go to Kemp Mill Records. Remember that?
That's right. They broke their own record.
Yeah. So, all right, there you go. So, mall's sort of a thing of the past here, and I've been by there. They totally are they're destroying it as we speak. Lake Forest Mall. So
I saw that.
Yeah. So, all right, people. So if you want to do any of those things, shoot us an email at gonzomikevcr@gmail.com. That's GONZOMIKEVCR@gmail.com. I'm checking that once daily for you. Additionally, feel free to leave comments on your platform. Spotify, Apple, YouTube will respond to those as well. We're adding polls. If you're a Spotify listener, get on there and answer the question. Come on, people. Don't just let Mike and me do it. Geez, come on. So let us know your thoughts. I love the glasses. Even though they make you look weird, man. So, all right. So for our next episode, we are going to have Michael, our youngest super fan yet. And he's going to take us back to 1982 with an epic fantasy directed by John Milius and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Tell him what it is, Michael.
So I believe it's Conan the Destroyer?
No.
Conan the Barbarian.
That's right. It's going to be Conan the Barbarian.
The only one, man. This is like, I mean, come on. Like the Destroyer. This was, I don't think there's been a sequel to any movie that's been worse than Conan the Destroyer was.
I would have to disagree with you there. Definitely the last two sequels to Raiders of the Lost Ark. The Skull and whatever that last thing was.
I haven't even seen him. Okay.
Wasn't Wilt Chamberlain in that?
Wilt Chamberlain was in it, and what was her name?
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones.
Grace Jones. That's right.
Oh my God, so terrible. Grace Jones is in here. This is like a fantasy medieval setting for Conan the Destroyer. Grace Jones is in there with like a 80s disco haircut.
And then the sister from the Wonder Years, wasn't it? Wasn't she the princess?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like come on. But the first one, we're gonna look at the first one. We've got a super fan for the first one. And we're gonna be checking that out, and I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. So all right, people.
Cool.
Well, folks,
awesome.
Looks like that's a wrap. I'm Gonzo.
Mike.
JB.
There you go. Until next time, people. Jeez, I guess the 80s gave us a little bit of a lack of attention span there, but that's all right. Until next time, keep watching movies. Gonzo, Mike, and a VCR is produced by Gonzo and Mike. All rights reserved.